Ray back again, and we're just looking at how to add a post in the simplest possible way to your new blog. So from the dashboard, when you've logged into the dashboard of WordPress, you can click through to the posts via this link on the left hand toolbar. Clicking here or clicking here does the same job. All posts takes you to the same destination. We currently have a post in already. You can add a new post from this link or from that link. That takes you to this page. I'll just pause while I do the typing. We pop the header in there, and as soon as we've put a title into, or a heading into the title there, it produces the permalink to the post. We've had to take a few takes on this video, so now we're on take 3, but this post will be deleted. We won't be leaving this on the blog to stay live. We then need to add content to the body of the post. Again, I shall pause while I type. So there we have the content, and I've done a little. I've got me heading there for the page. I've got my little bit of introductory text. I've got another section on the theme. I've got another bit of text that goes with this heading, and another paragraph with a heading there. So the way WordPress structures the data within its posts, the page title here becomes its H1 header, the page title. So that builds the URL with the keywords that you've included. The keyword here is document couriers, and you'll see down here that I've included document courier, which is a very similar keyword in the H2, in what will become a secondary heading, and something along the same theme in the third heading. So how do I make sure that I flag up to WordPress and eventually to Google and eventually to your readers that this is a heading that they should take notice of? From here, from the editing panel, it is relatively easy. By highlighting the text that you're choosing as a heading, click on this style menu, and you can see here the various heading styles that are available. For this one, which will be the second heading, the second in the hierarchy if you like, I'll click header 2. This one again is slightly less crucial, slightly less important to the flow of the story, and therefore I'm going to rank that as slightly lower in the pecking order as a H3 heading. And while they look fairly ugly on screen, the CSS and the formatting within the theme and various plugins will control the final appearance. Sorry. I'm going to just save a draft. WordPress itself does auto-save as you go along, but I want to save it now so that I can preview the text as far as we've got so far. So we click on the preview button here at the top right. That throws open a new tab, with the tab being to the right of the to the right of the editing tab. And as we can see here, the page title is here. I've got the H1 there as well now. We can see here that we've got the H2 and the H3 there. And this is kind of a pecking order for Google. So that's looking okay. These are thanks to one of the plugins that we're using here. We'll go back to the editing page. Still a little bit boring. If you were doing a genuine blog post rather than a demo post like this, you would need to use a more substantial piece of content. And rule of thumb, don't just be bound by numbers, but rule of thumb, something in the region of 300 words really before it's going to be substantial enough for Google and to a certain extent people to really take notice of. This could also do with some other media to pad it out, bulk it out, make it more interesting. So I'm only going to put an image in for now because we want to just keep this a very simple introductory post. So I go up above the toolbar to the Add Media button, give it a wee click, and I just happen to have, from building this website, plenty of little images that are appropriate, and this is my little document courier image, I believe. And yes, he's already got the title in. I'm going to give him a caption in this particular appearance of him. Again, I'll pause while I type. Okay, so as you can see, we've made use of the keyword within the title, within the caption, within the alt text, and within the description as well. The alt text is the one that you really ought to have the keyword in. It is very sensible to have it in the title, and if you can include the keyword in the file name of an image, again, that will give it a much better chance of showing up in image results for that keyword wherever possible. So we've now chosen the particular image. Now you can't see it within this, I can't move it into the screen, but just below, down here, there is a large blue button that says Insert into Post. Okay, so there we are. We've got the image there. I'm just going to save the draft again, and we'll just preview, because it's not looking too sort of promising there, is it? So we preview. And I'll have to manually go to the page now. As we can see here, it doesn't look very attractive like that. So, and what I really want to do is to have it sitting over here with the text flowing around it. It would look far more professional. So I shall go back to the edit page. I click on the actual picture once. It throws out these two little buttons. That will kill the image. This allows you to edit certain properties. I want it to remain the size it was. It was just perfect as it was, small but perfectly formed. I click left alignment. You'll notice here that the title has disappeared. Now I'm sure there's a very simple, straightforward explanation, but again, this is another thing I haven't really dug into the innards of. So I'm just going to reapply a title again. So it probably doesn't do too much harm to copy what's in your alt text, but my inclination is to make the effort to sort of ring the changes, so you're not just copy everything. Now I'm almost happy with that. I've got it pointing to the left. I've got advanced. I'll just check it. That's the source. And the one thing I wanted to double check, yeah, there's nothing in there. Styles, source, go back to there. Oh, here we are. That's another thing. At the moment, I don't want that picture to be clickable. I don't want it to take a visitor away to an image page or another website. So I'm going to take away its linkability by clicking None. And now I am going to update it. So it moves over there, and in this supposedly WYSIWYG editor, supposedly what you see is what you get. You can never really assume that it is. So again, save the draft, and when the page refreshes, preview. Go off to that preview tab. And what you'll see here now is that my little document courier man has shuffled off to the side, and instead of making a horrible ugly hole in the page, we've now got the text flowing round. But there are other things that we need to take note of. We wouldn't want that to actually appear live on the page. Not only would it be a sort of a no-no for any human reading it, Google's measuring your spelling and your grammar, even if it is working off an American dictionary on most WordPress installations. So we're going to take that spurious chunk of text out, and I think we're probably more or less ready to roll. Okay, so that is how to put the post in. There are a whole range of other things, including categories and tags, but getting the post published and getting it up is the most important. And that last word, published, is the final part of this video. And I'm just going to shrink the window down so that we bring it all into the video window. There was the preview button, and just below the preview button is the publish button. So without further ado, I'm going to publish that post. The window refreshes, and then we can go off and we can see the finished post. And there it is. And then if we go to the Courier News, this is on the blog post, and you see how the blog post has an excerpt fitted in to the blog page. And if we click on this header again, that will take us to the blog post itself. So there you have it, the very basics of posting a new post.